examiner when I went popping off questions left and right because I knew anatomy and physiology and the chemistry and everything else. And she said, he was just such a young child.
Right. So let me ask you, is there any way that we can get you to come back on the show?
Sure.
To continue this?
Sure.
2 hours wasn't enough time. And 2 more hours won't be enough time, but we really do appreciate you.
Well, thank you for having
sharing
me.
your story, breaking the book down, and we covered a lot.
Yes.
And I think that there's a lot of things that we should focus on after the show. We're going to get more specific on what we can focus on in the DC area to help yourself and others who unfortunately have found themselves in this position. But thank you for joining us on the Denasha Harrison Show. I feel very, very blessed that you've allowed the listeners to hear your story. And I do hope that you come on and share your story. There was one guest, I've had them on like 3-4 times because it's working with the youth, know. So that's a passion. I think that deserves this type of platform. I always say it's not my radio show. It's your show.
Right.
It's everyone's show that's listening. If they want to try to affect positive change, some type of way, this is their platform to do it. Because we're going to give them the space and the opportunity to do so. So thank you very much for sharing your story.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, absolutely.
And shout out to Lim.
Okay.
That put it together.
The educated wine.
The one that, if you need to call and want to get tipsy.
Absolutely. We giving Lim a plug.
Tipsy bartender.
Right.
On wheels.
Yeah. So shout out to Lim and everybody like him who's putting things together behind the scenes. Not asking for any accolades. He doesn't want anything. He just wanted to
just be a good friend.
To do what he does, which he's a wonderful connector, right? Yeah. So he made this connection, and I'm humbled and I'm grateful that he did so. So please find it in your schedule to come out.
Appreciate it.
To the show again, to continue to share your story, and we want to hear the progress of your case, the progress of the moves that we're going to make on this law moving forward.
Yes.
And other books that you're going to write.
Absolutely, other projects.
Yeah, book 2 is coming there.
Yeah, we want to see
I don't know if y'all can take book 2.
Life, volume 2. Much thicker. Wow. But thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing with us. True Black, thank you for coming to the studio again. Right? So you're listening to the Denasha Harrison Show. Once again, we have sponsorship opportunities available for you. We're on BeExposedRadio.com. You can go to Facebook, Be Exposed Radio, Facebook Live, the Denasha Harrison Show on Facebook, or just go to Denasha Harrison and find out what's going on. So we have a wonderful show coming up next Thursday from 8 to Thursday. All right.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Let me give you the information.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate. Ama's not here, so it's just me, Nate. Today's topic is the power of no. I'll start off with just a few. Hi,
Nate.
Still can't hear anything. A few just notes to anybody. A friend of mine messaged me last night because she listened to the show, and throughout the show, well, not throughout the show, towards the end of the show, a few callers called in in support of the young man that was here. I don't ever give advice that I have not, 1, taken myself, 2, I have not been taught myself. And I don't have an issue with correcting anybody's child or adult. This is something that I do for myself in support of other people. So I don't have an issue with checking anyone for disrespecting something that I put my name on, something that I work hard for. So I don't have any issues with what I said to the young lady and to the young man that called in. I have no issues. I have no regrets at all in me checking them. You don't call in to anything. I should not have had to say that this was a live show. It wasn't that person's number that you were calling into, so you didn't know where you were calling into. And if you did know, you should have definitely been more respectful. So to that young lady, that I don't know if she sent the one who sent me the message, but whoever it was that sent me the message, I have no concern with your feelings. With that being said, today we're just going to do kind of like a mix up of some things that have been going on, some hot discussions. So if you didn't know, Big Exposed Radio is having an open house on November the 19th. It will be our last open house for 2016 because we're at the end of the year and we're going on hiatus for a couple weeks in December, so we won't be having one in December. So definitely come on out as an opportunity to meet all of our current and soon to be radio personalities here on Be Exposed Radio. You also will get a chance to meet other individuals within your industry or connected to what you like to do or what you want to do in the form of networking and connecting with individuals that could be beneficial to what you want to do. So definitely come on out. We hope that it will be an awesome time for you. We live broadcast between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. So you'll get a chance to get on the mic and shout out your business, your brand, your products, services, event, so on and so forth. Or just shout out your love for Be Exposed or your favorite show, what have you. So definitely come out to that 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on November the 19th. The event for that will be going up this evening. So stay tuned for that. Check out your favorite. You can even go to the Artist Exchange page or Big Exposure's page and or the website starting today to get that information and to link up on our event page. It'll also be posted on Eventbrite, so check that out. It's a free admission, open to the public, so come on out. It is. I really cannot hear anything. It's up. Is that? Still can't hear anything. Hey, what's going on? So, again, Big Exposed Open House Saturday, November the 19th. Nothing's coming out. Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't hear anything. Again, we have an awesome lineup of shows. And we also have a number of shows that will be premiering rather, starting next month. One being Bianca's Playhouse. That is slated to premiere Saturday, November the 12th at 7 p.m. directly following Charm City Direct. Also, on the very next day, the 13th, we have a show, Poets for Brunch. They'll be having a midday show on Sunday. So definitely tune into that. For more information, definitely go to our Big Exposed BigExposedRadio.com website. What's going on with me there? So also join us on Election Day, 11/8/2016 at 4 p.m. That's Tuesday, November the 8th, for Election Day, live full coverage starting at 4 p.m. With interviews and election results. So it's going through the day, so it's a marathon. And it's also Marnie's 60th birthday, so definitely come on out for that and make sure that you are here. You can tune in live or come on down if you want to come out and show your support. We'll be glad to have you. So that'll be kind of our precursor to the open house. So come on down. You're welcome to come on down and get on the air and talk with us and do some live coverage as we show you some live coverage of the elections. So that will be again Tuesday, November the 8th, here live at the Be Exposed Radio Studio, 110 East Lexington Street, Suite 200. Also, if you did not know, myself and Monty received a Joe Mann's Black Wall Street Award for entrepreneurship this past Thursday from Mr. Donnie Glover of Be More News. They do a lot of great things in spotlighting and highlighting the entrepreneurs of across this, up and down this East Coast, actually. So he does a lot in the area of entrepreneurship and black entrepreneurship. You can't be afraid to add that to your title because you are black and you are entrepreneur. They want us. They being any other race of people, they want what we have. They are not afraid to say it. They're not afraid to show it. So we have to learn how to start respecting what we have and who we are in our efforts to promote our businesses and our communities and our culture. So don't be afraid to do it. I can't stand to see somebody who is black use all white models or non-black models to represent themselves. And that's okay if that's what you choose to do, but just know you are doing a detriment to your community and not representing who you are. Not to say that all your models need to be black, but don't be afraid to put the black business entrepreneur sticker on your business. Some news for the Artist Exchange. We did not have our Actors Playground this month, so stay tuned for more information on our closing of this 2016 year for the Actors Playground. Some more highlights and some more information will be posted shortly on the schedule for 2017. We're moving towards doing more workshops and incorporating the open mic series. So it's going to be a couple changes, couple expansions and some flips and turns with the Actors Playground for 2017. So definitely stay tuned for that with host Tracy Jiggets and myself. What else is coming up? I had a couple other things. We're doing the Actors Playground up until December, so we'll have one on November the 3rd, actually. And the next one is Be Exposed's own Hip Hop K, Mr. LaSalle Wright. He will be our next feature, so definitely stay tuned for that. He is an awesome young man. He is one of the hosts of the It Is What It Is radio show here on BeExposedRadio.com. So that will be a feature. Myself and Miss Naomi, Miss Be Inspired of the Be Inspired radio show, will be hosting that at Hotel RL 201 East Redwood Street, right off of Calvert, kind of a couple blocks up from the Inner Harbor at Red RL Hotel, the Living Stages, and that's 7 p.m. Thursday, November the 3rd. So stay tuned for that. Also, I'm just trying to pick things out my head. November the 13th, I'll be at Motor House for the 4R concert series featuring Mr. D1. So that should be awesome. What else is coming up? There's a lot of things. Where would I be at tonight? Tonight I am going to see Alma in her play at Arena Playhouse. So if you have some time, stop by 8 p.m. sharp. Please come on time. Tickets are going fast. So I'll be supporting Alma tonight in the play Radio Golf by August Wilson, directed by David Mitchell. So we have a couple local favorites that are in the play. Mitchell and Joshua Dixon and who else is in it? Martique Smith. I'm trying to think of who else is in it. I know I'm missing a name. Our own Alma. So I'll be there tonight. Also tonight at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It Is What It Is hosting their event at the Power Plant, the piano bar. Come on out, support them. I'll be there for a brief moment. So come on out. That is downtown at the Power Plant. Free admission. Just say Is What It Is. It Is What It Is radio show. and you'll be able to get free passes. And I think you get like discounted drinks all night. So come on out. What else is happening this weekend? I'll be at Poets for dinner tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah, I think 6 p.m. And before that, where will I be? There's a lot going on. I'm trying to fit everything else in. I'm going to church tomorrow. Men's Day at Ebenezer AME. So if you're not busy, come and join them. It's down in Federal Hill. I think that's it. I think I've been doing a lot. This is the last weekend for Free Fall. So look at your calendar. Go to the Free Fall page or the Baltimore City page under BOPA, Baltimore Office of Promotion of the Arts, and look what's going on. I'm quite sure there are a number of events going on for Free Fall this weekend. This is the closing weekend of it. So get out the house. It's not quite that cold yet, so get out, do something. Take part in the city. A lot of the Free Fall events have been free this month, so if you missed out, you missed out. I got a chance to go to a lot of awesome exhibits, shows, concerts, all throughout the city of Baltimore for Free Fall. Every fall in October, there are a number of events from the beginning to the end of the month that are free. Some awesome date time that you could get in with all your lovely ladies and gentlemen out there. You can have some awesome dates or just some friend nights out or some me time. I went to a lot of the events myself. So, I enjoyed it. Any other announcements before we get into the show? If you are an artist and you're looking for your music to be played, send us your clean, edited versions, prepared versions of your songs. Is no guarantee that your song will be played, but I will look over the music that you send in, give you any critiques that I may need in order to play it, and I'll send you a message the day that your show airs. Your music will premiere on our show, The Artist Exchange. We come on every Friday, 7 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So we'll be back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway
Are you getting your kids this hoverboard thing that's taken over the country? They range from $300 to $600. They're blowing up. And then I mean literally blowing up. That one video, I thought that was going to be the one and only video that I saw in reference to it, and it wasn't. I seen, now I could probably tell you about 10 to 15 videos of this happening where this battery gets super, super hot and burns like holes into your tennis shoes.
Oh my.
And I know you would be pissed if you was wearing Jordans and you just paid all that money, you know, your lights are off. And
especially if they're from China. Your lights off.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
The Style Lounge. For a personalized fashion experience, the Style Lounge is where you should be. From clothing, jewelry, handbags, and accessories, contact us for pop-up shops, vending opportunities, and more. Let us help you enhance your style. Let's discover your inner fashion ego. We are available for on-site and off-site consultations. For your appointment, call 443-248-8879. 15% off with business card.
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger.
It's your girl herself and needs some more rain.
This is Mr. Showtime, D the Boss.
And the queen is in the building, Akira. It's time for the show to start right now.
Come on now.
You're listening to the station with their ear to the streets.
BeExposedRadio.com. Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I wake up, gotta get it, thank God for another 24. Gotta hustle for the dough, ain't no days off, 7 days a week. I get it, ring, boy. I'm the grinder of the year, you see my trophy. It say the grinder of the year, these women know me. Cause I'm the grinder of the year, me and my homie. Be the grinders of the year, don't be a lame boy. Respect the grinder of the year, we ain't the same boy. We been grinding over here, doing our thing, boy. Shining brighter than chandeliers, you know my name, boy. You know my name, better check my resume. Lately, D-boy been switching the game. I say not lately. They ain't been acting the same. Maybe they hate me for things I cannot explain. Jealous from what I attain. We ain't gon' play the game like that. Nah. If I got $1 every time I heard, I'ma be a man of my word. I be rich, boy. These boys don't be doing what they claim. Giving grind in a bad name. Let me educate you, won't cost you a dime. But the second you start fucking, you won't get a second time. Cause I'm not with no games from my Halloween thug. Fake imposter, all you carry is a scary meme. I know L. Loser. Look at the ring, boy. I'm the grinder of the year. You see my trophy. It say the grinder of the year. These women know me. Cause I'm the grinder of the year. Me and my homie. Be the grinders of the year. Don't be a lame boy. Respect the grinder of the year. We ain't the same, boy. We been grinding over here, doing our thing, boy. Shining brighter than chandeliers. You know my name, boy. You know my name, better check my resume. These boys don't grind like me. They don't dedicate time like me. Talking about they really want it, but they don't. But they out here sleeping. I'm out here grinding season. I put it down there at 24. I got kids to feed, so I need to make the cash flow. You better study my style, cause I'm a grinder. You think you know it all? Well, never mind, bro. I try to give them the game, but they ain't doing nothing but hurting their brain, cause they ain't ready to receive. Probably got all the skills in the world to do it, but can't make it to the league. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Yeah, that's what everybody say. Follow you what? You ain't going nowhere, no way. I'ma show you how to do it if you watch me. If I was made of wood, you could knock me. Who in the hell gon' stop me? Tell me who in the hell gon' stop me? When I make my moves, I rarely speak. No need for talking in these streets. Ain't got no time for chatty patty. Cut them up like Dame on the Breakfast Club. Let them have it. Shoot this thing like an automatic. God really blessed me with the gift of gab. When I went to try high, skipped every play. But I made sure I did my math. So I won't come up short while I'm out here getting it. Graduated, so I'm not that ignorant. Always about my business. To be a G.O. watch, you gotta stay relentless. The ring, boy. I'm the grinder of the year. You see my trophy. This say the grinder of the year. These women know me. Cause I'm the grinder of the year. Me and my homie. Be the grinders of the year. Don't be a lame boy. Respect the grinder of the year. We ain't the same, boy. We been grinding over here, doing our thing, boy. Shining brighter than chandeliers. You know my name, boy. You know my name, better check my resume. I know it ain't coming to me, so I go out and get it. You say you grind all the time, but you not fully committed. Okay, I heard enough. Don't talk about it, be about it, bruh. One more time. I know it ain't coming to me, so I go out and get it. You say you grind all the time, but you not fully committed. Okay, I heard enough. Don't talk about it, be about it, bruh. Look at the ring, boy. If you don't grind with the 10, you see my trophy. Then you won't shine with the 10. These women know me. If you don't grind with the 10, me and my homie, then you won't shine with the 10. Don't be a lame boy. Respect the grinder of the year. We ain't the same, boy. We been grinding over here, doing our thing, boy. Shining brighter than chandeliers. You know my name, boy. You know my name, better check my resume. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanna get in, but if you ain't grinding with us from the beginning, you can't get there. Nah, they don't work like that. Nah, you gotta stay down with us. You know how I go. Yeah, boy. We done did it this time. Let's go. Okay.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. Now here's one little speech I'm going to give you before I get into the next article. Here's what I want to tell you. Still, fear is big business. Fear is big business. I'm not telling you not to be alarmed by what you're seeing. I'm not telling you not to be concerned. What I'm saying is not to buy into the notion that we should be afraid. You should be informed. You should be aware. You should start educating yourself about some things. I don't have the solutions. I don't have the answer. I wish I could say that if you did X, Y, and Z, you might not get shot by the police. I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. But what I can say is just start making yourself aware of what's going on, but don't be so consumed by what you're seeing that you become afraid, that you don't want to go out. Or you become numb. That's a good point, Nate. Nate said, or you become numb to it, like you just don't care. So we need you to just continue to be in touch with what's going on, but educate your family, talk to your sons, talk to your daughters, because it's not just limited to men. We know from Sandra Bland, she was a young woman who was killed. And we don't want to say, we don't know all the details behind what happened. No, the fact is that person's life still matters. They still have rights. They should not just be killed dead before they even get a trial. Okay, that's the point. They deserve a trial at least, but they can't even make it to the jail cell to get a trial, to be tried. They're being killed even before arrest. Terrible. So that's my soapbox.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Talk dirty to me.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
To pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
The Style Lounge. For a personalized fashion experience, the Style Lounge is where you should be. From clothing, jewelry, handbags, and accessories, contact us for pop-up shops, vending opportunities, and more. Let us help you enhance your style. Let's discover your inner fashion ego. We are available for on-site and off-site consultations. For your appointment, call 443-248-8879. 15% off with business card.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Talk dirty to me.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Like how the show kept doing the commercial and he was having these thoughts.
Hold on, Tom. Like, what are you actually mad about?
Did you sponsor the show?
What are you actually upset about?
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate. Big Mama Ama has joined the conversation. She has crawled out of her cave of slumber from doing a month of arena player shows.
I'm so tired.
I saw some pictures of the set and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice little set. I'm enjoying it. Listen, it's been a fun run. I really have enjoyed. I've enjoyed my cast. In fact, I need to put some stuff. I need to focus on figuring out how to do a little cast party. I'd like to do something.
Would you like to do it? Well, we'll talk about it. We'll do that.
We'll do that.
I'll help you if you would like to.
Yes.
I'll be there tonight.
Yay!
I'm going to sit in the center front row.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good seat.
Center.
It's a good seat.
I'm going to laugh loud at everything. I'm just going to let you know.
Bring it on. My dad was there last night. He didn't tell me he was coming. I'm up there doing my thing. And then I hear his It's like...
You know. I know my mother's cry. She could be in a crowded room. I know her laugh, everything. And
that's my mom.
always tell her not to let me see them.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. But arena players, it's hard not to see people. They're in your face.
It is. Being at arena players actually makes me feel really good about my ability to block the audience.
Because they're in your face.
Right. Because
they are as close as me and you.
Right. The very first opening night, Dominic, was it opening night that Dominic was there? Or whatever night Dominic was there, I heard his laugh and I was like, I know that laugh. But when I'm out there, I really make a point of not looking, of just pretending the audience is not. I see them. They're like a fog. It's like a black cloud of laughter, of roaring emotion, whatever it may be. Oh, hey, whatever it is.
On a good night,
right?
Especially that night where they got wine. If you didn't know, Arena Players offers I have a story, but Arena Players offers the ability for you to fundraise.
Yes.
So you could buy up a night or buy up a group of tickets and sell them to whatever group and fundraise for whatever organization or company you represent. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do that this time, but next time, next time.
Yes, we will.
But you have the ability to do that. I did that a few times. The first time I did it, I invited my church. And it wasn't that I did not know they were coming, but when you realize how many people bought tickets from an entire congregation of their friends, and I saw all these people that I knew. It's crazy to see one or two faces in the crowd, but the whole group came.
Everybody, yes.
It was very, because copping, I'm used to copping. You know, it's a big orchestra pit, and we're up high, so there's distance.
Yeah.
But not at Arena Play.
No, Arena Play bright.
Even Morgan and y'all Lamb Theater.
Yeah,
Lamb Theater. It's still some distance.
It's not, but it's not. But I appreciate Turpin Lamb. Actually, that's one of my favorite spaces. I really like Arena Players. I really enjoy doing the Colored Museum. In the museum, we did it in the round, so we had like an L-shaped set of chairs on this side and an L-shape, and then so there was no stage. It was just us, and then the audience was like right there. I got some great stories to tell you about that one of these days. But I really appreciate that because and then I know what you mean by last night. My friend Kara and her homeboy came. I can't remember his name. It was the first time I met him, so I apologize. I'll have to ask him what it is. And then TC was there last night, so they were sitting right in an area where I tend to act a lot. So I was like, oh, these are my friends. All right, I got to do good because they're going to know if I'm not in it.
So I know where to sit.
So, but last night, because I knew they were there and then I heard my dad, it was like, oh, snap. Okay, now I got to bring it tonight because, I got some people out there. And Kara just sent me a snap. Are you listening, girl? Hey. It was a really good night. Last night felt really good. Every night isn't the same, and that's part of the magic of theater. That's part of what you love about it, though. I heard that Troy was in the audience last night. I still have yet to meet him, so I didn't get a chance to meet him last night. Yeah.
We have to introduce you to the Troy Burton. We have meet Troy. You need to go to the stable, aka the church, any given night of the week.
Any given night,
and you can meet Mr. Burton. We might have to go there one Friday night and meet Mr. Burton. But I'll be there tonight.
Yay!
It's supposed to be a date night.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really know. I'm not feeling Danish right now.
You're not.
I was talking to Amma during the break, and I am very methodical with my social media posts now. And it's not, whenever I post something, people are like, oh, you okay, Nate? Yeah, normally I'm fine. I don't know the person that it's pointed toward. I don't know how they feeling, but I know I'm good. But I'm a believer in teachable lessons. And just a couple experiences in the last week. One, let me explain something to you. Okay, so I have not been a theater teacher since the beginning of this year, actually. So that time, having the summer as always, it breaks you down, and then not doing it this fall, it has definitely been. So I substituted for Miss Tracy Jiggets. I won't say the name of the school. It was an awesome school. I could say the name, Connections. They have a theater program there where they actually get theater through during the day.
Oh, very cool.
So there is an art school.
Right.
And Tracy, I guess in our communicating about me substituting for her that day, awesome, because she was on the set. She had a movie and such that she was doing. So me substituting, I forgot. And this is middle and high school, mind you. So part of the discussion was me substituting, and I kind of knew how much time I was going to be there, but I kind of didn't.
Right.
And so it's 9:25 to 4 p.m. So it's during the day. It's it really was 6 classes, but I didn't do the first class, the 6th graders. I did the 7th through 12th grade, which is a crazy blend of individuals. And it was rewarding, but you get that one class.
Yes.
And,
always the one class.
I think I don't quite look 21 anymore, but I still look like, I don't think he's a old man.
Right.
And then on top of that, I came in there with like Tim's and my college sweatshirt on. So they like, we gonna get this college dude right here. So I could tell, at this point, and me doing it for so long, I can already see,
they've made their choice.
Is Tracy not here today? So it's you. Okay. Right. I could see this on their faces. And I was like, man.
Okay, here we go.
And it got to a confrontational moment, and I reverted back to the old Nate. And I began to preach, and I began to sternly warn them. And I said, no, you can't do that, Nate, because you're losing them. You're losing them. You're losing them. And the class ended with me saying, look, I'm done for the day. I'm done with this class. Everybody be quiet. And it was crazy because they had an instructor that is there with them all day long, every day, in the back of the classroom. But it's something about having a substitute that children will test you. And these were like 10th, 11th, and 12th mixed together. So
they were all mixed together?
Yeah,
That's
they have like
crazy
so the
blend.
high schoolers
That is a crazy blend.
Yeah, so it was
That's
definitely
way too wide a group of people.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to have that specific class. All the other classes, great. Had an awesome time. Did some improv. Did some journaling. Did some role reversals. All that fun. I missed it. And then the class right before I was about to leave, and it was rewarding because I'm used to teaching in after school programs and like specific programs, workshop style. But to have classes all throughout the day, it was what I initially wanted to be a teacher for because I like being with students all day. So it was a different experience that I'm used to. I normally have gone into schools for a day and taught certain classes or, added something to specific classes, but never the main instructor for a day. So it definitely got my antennas up with that class.
Just was like,
this is why. But then the last 2 classes were actually very well behaved and were into it, and it was like riding a bike after a couple decades. And I got it, but I quickly remember
that's why I don't do this. That's why I quit.
But it's more so for me. I know for me, I can teach children who don't necessarily want to be actors, but I would prefer to teach young people who want
to be. Yes, that's my thing.
It's a difference, and it really is. That takes me from being a instructor to a teacher, and it's 2 different realms. Everybody doesn't have it in them to be a teacher,
right?
Because then you can reach anybody, and I know Tracy has that. Me, not so much. I know my limitations, but that was fun. Shout out to Connections and Mama Deidre and Tracy and all the students that I had that day. I had a couple students who had already did work. A couple of the young people were in womb works and stuff like that. So I was excited about having them there. So that was very exciting for me. I also met some young people from Towson University. They came in and they did the Bluest Eye at Towson, which was very shocking to me.
Interesting.
That's very shocking.
How did they cast it?
It was a black cast. They went, it was very important to them to stick to that.
Okay.
And it was a main stage, so it was very shocking to me. Very shocking to me. But they came in, and the students Tracy had taken a couple of her classes to go see it at Towson. So they were doing some role reversals, and it was the young people were into the story. So I can tell a lot of them liked the story. For it to be a period piece. And The Bluest Eye is not an easy read.
No, no.
So it was adapted. So they adapted the play, of course, because it was at Tulsa.
There is an official adaptation of called the I forget the woman who wrote it, but we did it at Morgan a few years ago.
Yeah, I don't have a name right off the bat.
I love
it was a black woman who
it's like Lily or Lindsay or Leslie, something like that. But it's a really beautiful piece. It's really well written. I think it does a very good job of interpreting the book. It's not easy to do, though, because, The Bluest Eye just isn't easy to swallow.
It's not an easy read.
Yeah.
So I know it was difficult adapting it.
Yeah.
But it definitely, they have a curriculum. Already? Yeah, it closed last week. So I said the same thing. I definitely would want to see that.
They should have done a better job of advertising that. I would have gone to see that.
I didn't see that at all. But I'm quite sure they got a good turnout because of who they are, but it just wasn't widely known. But they have a curriculum. What they do is they build a curriculum because they have a teaching artist track now, which is phenomenal. I was telling the instructor that came with them that I would have loved to have taken that class because it's certain things that you know as an actor, but and you may know as a teacher, but blending those two things together, it definitely is a pull.
Yeah.
So you have to be on your jobs in order to do it.
And there aren't too many colleges that have that specific
teaching artist.
There are. I know in the University of South Florida in Tampa that's where my best friend went. That's what Sherika actually has her degree in.
Oh, wow.
Theater education. Yeah.
It's definitely, and it's different from higher education to regular schooling, secondary and high school, and so on and so forth. It's different than doing it on a higher education level because most times, by the time people get to you, in most cases, that is what they want to do.
Right.
And young people are discovering things within themselves, and they're still trying to be cool, and they still have that rebel in them. So it's definitely a pull. But I saw how they really got into the play and they were able to remember everything about the play. And it was crazy because they adapted it to who they were. Like the scene where the young lady was being bullied and she got slapped. And that themselves, they were teaching them how to do tableaus because I guess that was incorporated into the production. And they were really showing like the click, click, click of a tableau. And they were giving them like themes from the play, bullying and, self-hatred and all those things to mimic in a tableau. And they did very well with it. So young people really comprehend what they see very well.
Yes,
and I can tell how art and theater is very important in foundation building. No matter what you want to do, it teaches you how to have compassion.
Yes.
If nothing else, it teaches you how to have compassion because
Yes.
you're feeling for a person, even if they're not the good person. You have to find the good in everything and be able to connect with it no matter who they are. So they were saying the lead character had trouble connecting with her character because it was so polar opposite from who she was. So, it was Towson, so he would understand that. But so that was an awesome experience. Second, I was telling everybody about the Black Wall Street Award. It's very refreshing to be in a group of people who are at your level, no matter what their experience level is or financial level is, but everybody just applauding and being respectful and collaborative in the effort of highlighting entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So that was definitely a pleasure to be a part of that. Shout out to Mr. Donnie Glover, Trouble. He's very animated. So we'll come back after this break with some more from the Artist Exchange and the power of no. What is the power of no to you? More when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Check out this flashback. Because as you said, the school board, the sheriff's department, right? You want to be that change that you want to see, right? So if somebody's not representing your interest, when it comes to your kids, your children, your legacy, your future, right? You got folk that don't go to one PTA meeting, don't know who their teachers are for your children, don't know where the classroom is located, don't know if there's an emergency action plan for the school when it comes to the fire drills or whatever drills they have.
Or even how they handle when assaults and serious crimes happen. How do they handle that? Are they obligated to notify the parent? Are they obligated to notify the police? Is there a report done? You don't even know what's really going on. You'll hear schools in Montgomery County put out information to their parents a lot faster than you hear about schools in PG County. That last incident with PG County, when there was a sexual assault of a minor child on a school bus, it took them a year and a half before they even brought it up to the parents.
A year and a half.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here with a dumbfounded look on my face if you guys aren't watching. I just can't imagine how that's okay, how it's acceptable, how they were able to even get away with it.
They were able to do it because parents' participation is very low.
You can catch me Thursdays from 8 to 10 on the Denasha Harrison Show on BigExposedRadio.com.
I know the weight is killing you. Suspense is building. All this stuff in the news keeps happening, and I'm not even here to talk about it. But look, on May 17th at 7 p.m., Talk Lately with me, Marnie, is back. We can get into the gossip, all the entertainment news, the politics, everything. It's open to interpretation, but I'm going to put a spin on it with my flair of funny. And it all goes down right here on BigExposedRadio.com, and we on YouTube. So get ready. You should already be ready.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. Now here's one little speech I'm going to give you before I get into the next article. Here's what I want to tell you. Still, fear is big business. Fear is big business. I'm not telling you not to be alarmed by what you're seeing. I'm not telling you not to be concerned. What I'm saying is not to buy into the notion that we should be afraid. You should be informed. You should be aware. You should start educating yourself about some things. I don't have the solutions. I don't have the answer. I wish I could say that if you did X, Y, and Z, you might not get shot by the police. I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. But what I can say is just start making yourself aware of what's going on, but don't be so consumed by what you're seeing that you become afraid, that you don't want to go out. Or you become numb. That's a good point, Nate. Nate said, or you become numb to it, like you just don't care. So we need you to just continue to be in touch with what's going on, but educate your family, talk to your sons, talk to your daughters, because it's not just limited to men. We know from Sandra Bland, she was a young woman who was killed. And we don't want to say, we don't know all the details behind what happened. No, the fact is that person's life still matters. They still have rights. They should not just be killed dead before they even get a trial. Okay, that's the point. They deserve a trial at least, but they can't even make it to the jail cell to get a trial to be tried. They're being killed even before arrest. Terrible. So that's my soapbox.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Because directors that's something that they should do in their own time. It really is.
Analyze, and I get analyzing the play and having to talk it over, but I think that's like the first 2 or 3 rehearsals. After that, I'm ready to get on my feet and start.
You need to do that before rehearsals start.
And then you have your discussion, make sure everyone's on the same page about where, and and then you start on your feet.
I'm doing Katrina monologues in February down there, and that is something that Mary Andrea does. Like we had our first initial read, we have another one this coming week, and then we don't start rehearsals until November. Okay. And that's what I like. you get this out on your own, so when rehearsals start, we can actually rehearse.
Right.
Because I'm not coming to rehearsal just to read my script.
Right.
I did that in my own time.
I really, that bothers me. No, I want to do some work. Let's work. So, but I really enjoyed this run. It's Brock came last night too, but she couldn't stay. But she brought me flowers. She's so sweet. Aww. I know, it was the best. I put them in water immediately when I got home. Thank you, Brock.
The refrigerator, they last longer.
Fridge, okay. So I don't know. I never get flowers. It was a very nice treat. I really appreciated it.
I was telling Alma that I don't normally do this because I don't plug people at all. But I have to let this out. And Nicole, our other engineer, she hipped us to this. So in coming back from the awards on Thursday, we stopped at McDonald's. Because we had 8, but dessert time.
Right.
So I got a Oreo McFlurry. Yeah. And I mixed caramel in it with the peanuts. And I'm gonna tell you, it tastes like Skittles. I don't like I said Skittles. It tastes like a Snicker ice cream, and I don't like Snickers. Like, I don't like to eat a Snicker, but it definitely was very. I'm a caramel person anyway. I just had a whole bag of caramel creams. I love caramel, and it was such a delicious treat. Try it. And I was so mad because they just sold the building down on Baltimore Street, the McDonald's on Baltimore Street. So the building is closed now. So I go down there today thinking, okay,
I'm going to get another one. Right.
Closed. Yeah. So my feelings were definitely hurt because it's not one too close in that proximity other than by university. So I'm not doing that. That's fat. So to do
that. To do all of that just for okay.
Yeah,
all right. I mean, I don't know. I've made the walk for my job over to the Cold Stone on 33rd and
that's what I was saying though. That's like a good 2 blocks. That's a good 2 blocks, and it's still Cold Stone. And
I have definitely made.
But
this
you haven't
for
gone
a
to the
milkshake.
pizza place yet.
No, I haven't. I went to Potbelly before I went to the pizza place. I have to go to the pizza place. I'll try that next time I have the car.
Something about it is kind of delicious.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try it. I believe you.
You can't share that.
I like pizza.
You can't share it. It's not a sharing thing.
Okay.
And then you get a free one on your birthday.
Oh.
And then
that's coming up soon.
Every dollar you spend goes
My anniversary is Monday.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
1 whole year.
Of bliss.
Okay.
Fine.
Sure.
This is what you make it. It's not sole definition.
I agree with that. There's definitely a fluidity in the definition of bliss.
But again, let me shout out. So first of all, our Be Exposed open house. Please be there. We have 1, 2, 3, possibly 5 new shows starting.
Ooh, wow.
So all of them are being invited to the Be Exposed open house. We already have 9 shows. So definitely come on out. Popping. Definitely look out for some new shows. If you have an idea for a show, definitely hit us up. If you never did a show, if you already have a show, you want to bring it over to Be Exposed, this is the time to do it. So you can have a fresh start. You can get in, have a couple shows under your belt, and start the new year fresh and on time. I'm very excited about all the possibilities that are happening with me and everybody around me right now. Because when you take a step towards what you pray for and what you want, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And always the best things can happen.
So let me ask you a question.
But we're going to put that on hold. We know Alma will take the mic. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Only in the forest can you see this. And this. And this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
I didn't know it could do that!
Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, canoeing, fishing, or camping. Or create your own adventure with family and friends, and you might just see this. Your moment's out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The Style Lounge. For a personalized fashion experience, the Style Lounge is where you should be. From clothing, jewelry, handbags, and accessories, contact us for pop-up shops, vending opportunities, and more. Let us help you enhance your style. Let's discover your inner fashion ego. We are available for on-site and off-site consultations. For your appointment, call 443-248-8879. 15% off with business card.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What I was doing, I don't remember what I was doing recently. Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. But I just said, Nathan, just give it your all. Just go for it. And I think it was when I went to the Katrina monologue, Katrina monologues rehearsal. Now I knew I had the part because, again, a friend of mine is directing it, so I already kind of knew. But it was more so just give your all. When we did Insurrection,
right?
I just said, Nathan, I didn't go there with the assumption that I had it already. It was just, Nathan, don't second guess yourself.
Right.
Just do what comes natural to you. And I have a lot of good instincts. I learned that doing another play. Like, I remember in the middle of a rehearsal, my instincts as an actor finally kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that was directing it, Juan Bowie, I think all the time that he's known me, he probably never saw me as an actor. And I was just somebody who was in a department that he had the option of using.
Right.
If he needed it, it needed that structure of a person. But it was, I never forget, in the midst of a rehearsal, my instincts started to catch in. And I realized it was my job to be an actor.
Right.
And not wait for the director to tell me what to do.
Can't let the director do everything. They cast you for a reason. Be there, show up.
They don't mold. They orchestrate.
Yep.
And they clean the edges off.
You create a character and they bring it into balance.
Yeah, and us, I don't necessarily question if I want to be an actor. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
It's more so why. Because you take opportunities and you're supposed to take risks. This profession is about taking risks on yourself. not on whether somebody likes you or not, but on yourself. Whether somebody likes you or not should always be like not even on the list. If anything, last on the list, because people will like you or not, but you still want this. So go in there and make it happen. One of my favorite people, and he's like my big brother mentor, is Doug Goldman. I've watched him. Doug has done commercials. He used to do those industry commercials. You know how you go take a job and you have to do these modules? He was always an actor in those things. And he's done other commercials. I saw Doug do it's called an industry clip. And
oh, I know what you mean, because
Yeah.
the Pine Sol lady did them for Hilton. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like those. And it's a Pine Sol lady. Recognize people.
I know her.
And it's crazy because he did this one where he was a police officer and the shirt did not fit him. It didn't fit him at all. You could see the buttons doing like this. And I could tell whoever they had in mind for that could fit that shirt. But Doug has the ability to come in and he's not the most handsome. He's not the most intelligent. And he'll say these things. I think he is, but he'll say he's not. And he'll fit in and make you think something totally different for what you thought was wrong. And I kept saying, I could do that. I could do that. And it's crazy, but we don't feel that because we let other people like instructors and directors and insecure people get into our head. That's why you have to be mindful of having insecure people around you because it will eventually rub off on you and you'll start having these insecure thoughts about yourself. I've had me and Riga talk a lot on the phone and we force each other not to go there. Like, stop driving yourself crazy based on what somebody said that you have the capability or not of doing. But stick to what you really want and who you are. And me and Amma were talking about going to an audition, and it's still the possibility. Am I going too far for nothing?
Right.
Or am I going there for a
to
reason?
take a risk? Am I taking a risk?
And it's a hard thing to do, especially when you have a family.
Right.
It's just, and I'm being honest, it's just as scary when it's just you.
Yeah.
Because I have something to lose,
Yeah.
but it's just me. So at the end of the day, I'm going home to an empty hand or empty pockets, and I got to look at myself. But, I know it's harder to have to look at your child or your husband or whomever in the face and be like, well, maybe next time.
Right.
People who don't believe what you believe. And thankfully, you have a partner who believes what you believe.
I do.
It's hard to face somebody because I've had plenty of relationships where, why do you do this? Like, no. I've had a relationship where I was being brought home applications because they could not see what I saw in myself.
Right.
And the award, I wrote on my post the other day, awards never meant a lot to me because it's a token of appreciation for what hard work I put in. And the gesture is always much bigger than the actual tangible thing that is given to you.
Right.
But I've learned to respect that token because it does mean much more than just, you did a good job. It's more than just a pat on the back. But it's acknowledgement that I see you.
Someone sees the work you're doing.
That's what we
all
if
do.
You saw the show last night. That's all myself and Coffee was trying to give to that young man. You have to see yourself. You have to acknowledge yourself. And the people around you, they don't have to be yes people. They don't have to say, I love everything you do. But they need to be encouraging of your mission. And they have to represent that. And you have to represent that. So I would say anybody who wants this, you're crazy, one. But you take that crazy and run with it because you crazy to think that you can be a doctor because all the things that you have to constantly remember and refresh and learn new. Like being a doctor, medical things change.
They never stop learning.
Changes, it evolves. So you have to constantly keep learning. So whatever profession you find yourself in, you're definitely there. What I learned from the Black Wall Street Award, he honors entrepreneurship in the individual. You don't necessarily have to have your own business, but when you begin to have a mindset that is structured on this, whatever I'm doing is a business,
right?
And I have to carry myself as the brand.
Right.
He promotes self-brands. Whether or not you're working for somebody else's Fortune 500, because there was a police officer that got the award. You know, there was one gentleman, he became a doctor and realized that there were not a lot of doctors that looked like him. So he quit his profession and went to Western and began to teach young people to be able to go to where he was, so there would be more people like him
Wow.
to teach, to be doctors.
Wow.
So now he has his own organization, his own company, where he specifically teaches young black people from Baltimore City
to become
not
doctors.
county, not DMV, but Baltimore City. 17 schools within Baltimore City.
Wow.
And he gives them these programs and such where they do intensive training, and he matches them up with actual doctors and doctoral candidates, and they become doctors. And he has like an 80% graduation rate, and they're all in doctorate programs or
That's very
medical
cool.
school, and it's amazing. And that was somebody who already had it. He didn't have to, you know how much money he
That he just said, "Nah, I got to do something real.
Right.
I got to do something."
So it's about
real.
an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, you could be doing anything. You could be that manager at a McDonald's or a gravedigger or whatever, but you have to have that mindset in not only making yours, but making a way for somebody else to get there. So it was really, this has all come full circle, and that's why I just keep pushing no matter what, because eventually they'll get it. You know, one way or another, people will get it.
Yeah.
But that's been my week. It's been very life lesson-ish.
Those are always good weeks to have, though. Things that when you're like, okay, all right, just to reflect on everything that has happened. Okay.
And it was crazy. I was, again, me and Rika having one of our conversations.
Rika.
I just kept saying, why?
I need to call her.
I'm relocating to Philly. I'm not leaving Baltimore, but I'm relocating. Just new environment, new place, basically just to live. But you can be international, but have a local roots.
Right.
And I felt like, the last 2 weeks, I'm like, now that I'm leaving, all these opportunities coming, like, what did y'all not see me before?
Right.
And I haven't announced it. You know, certain people know, but it's not something that I go around announcing. But I'm like, once I leave, literally people asking me to start new things that would keep me
here. And that's always the way it seems. And you can't. It just perceives that you're just perceiving it that way because there is anxiety. There's always anxiety with a move. So there's always a part of you that's like, oh, look, here's another wonderful reason to stay. Oh, look, here's another wonderful reason. You can still do all those things and not stay. So,
it's just praying for a car at this point. Like,
right.
Lord, please.
Right. Because exactly.
4 doors, windows, locks.
The nines,
wheels,
the whole 9 yards.
I need the latest. I was listening to one of D1's songs. He was like, it's paid for. His song is about him still driving around in a 98 Honda Accord.
Yes, 98 Honda Accord. That's a good
He said
car.
it's paid for. It's mine. He said, my Sally Mae is paid off.
Right.
He said, I take that extra money that I could have spent on a Ferrari and I put that into extended vacation time.
Yes.
Or into paying my Sally Mae off or to buying a nice home. He said, I'm stacking my paper. Like, it's really a good song. So I can't wait to meet him on the 13th of November. Awesome young man. I play that Sally Mae long every time I get a notice from Sally Mae herself. I found out where Sally Mae was actually coming back from Philly. It's like hitting like on the side of a road. Like,
it's like but they got a big ass sign out there. They're not really hiding it, are they?
Yeah, but if you don't
pay
live
attention,
in that area,
you don't know.
You don't know where to send the bomb. But it's industry.
Attitudes are not reflected. Everyone does not believe that.
I'm the only one who wanted to go there. I know I'm not. So when we come back, we have some more discussions on the debate, the Tyler Perry movie Boo versus Birth of a Nation. There's been a lot of conversation on, you can go see Boo, but you can't see Birth of a Nation. The same people
I was wondering
that
about
was saying,
that.
I don't need another slave movie is now mad that. But
Anyway.
but we'll get into that. I'm staying away from politics right now. I'm tired of talking about it because we'll be live broadcasting on Election Day, the 8th, from 4 p.m. until I guess the picture comes up of the new president. Where were you when Obama was elected?
My cousin Marilyn and my cousin Marilyn and my cousin Tim
first
were
time.
living. Yes, we're living in King's Cross. That's right there on Loch Raven. So we were at their house when the announcement came through, and it was me and her and Tim, my brother Trey, no, neither of us were attached at the time. Gavin was there. Keon may have been there, actually. I don't know, but it was a bunch of us, and we were just at their house chilling, drinking, and enjoying the election.
I was in rehearsal for a play at Coppin, and Professor Courts, being the black matron that she is, she she scheduled kind of like. We were still in rehearsal, so it wasn't a cast party, but just a
little get together, a soiree.
We were right in the little lobby of our auditorium, and we had this big screen that was that they had used for the art gallery, and that's how we found out. And of course, we had a lot of. It was Mama Jackie, Mama Katana, Professor Courts. They were all like 50+ women,
right?
So having them on the cast, and then it was all of us youngins there. So they were crying, and it was definitely a interesting day. But I pulled that to this time, and just all the disrespect, policy aside, that Hillary is getting for wanting to be the first woman to be president of the United States. I don't remember Shirley Chisholm running ever, but even Jill Stein is not getting. She's not getting any respect. First of all, but Hillary is getting so much disrespect because they know she could actually win.
Right?
And it's just disrespect. It's these pictures of that they're putting on like models, and you know how they. First of all, if you see anything on Facebook,
it's almost always disrespectful.
Article, look at where it came from. If it's not a reputable news organization, don't share it, because you're just adding to the propaganda that's being put out there, and I think so much untruth. This now is this thing of her being so untrustworthy. This is blowing into. I mean, I don't trust politicians. Period.
Yeah.
But giving her this thing, like, it's people now that are going around with these conspiracy theories that she shot somebody in the back of the head.
What?
That's her and
crazy.
Bill Clinton to kill people, and there's been a cover up connecting that to the Whitewater scandal.
What?
Just the lack of intelligence
people
that we have in this new day and age. And it's not new stupidity, it's old stupidity, but because of social media, it's so heightened. Like, stick to facts. Stick to, facts. Now it's this investigation that the FBI is now allegedly open and backing up her case on the emails. Like, it's too much. Go on the merit of her character and the merit of her intelligence and how prepared she is for this. So we're going to take another quick break. Right. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
The topic for today: movies and whether or not they have real life applications. And as Stello said, I was talking to him last night in the kitchen about this topic, and one of the movies I brought up was In Time.
Oh my God, get out my head.
That was that was one of the movies that I brought up.
I'm trying to think of how to be relevant in this conversation.
Don't see that's why we're friends, because I bring everybody into. So for those of you who haven't seen In Time, you need to, because it's a really thought-provoking movie. Starring Justin Timberlake.
Ooh. That movie was awesome.
Why are you saying boo?
Because it was whack with him. He just
What?
Whether it could have been him or he just said it was whack.
Who else could it possibly that was relevant enough that could keep you in that story without overselling it?
Now the thing is, it wasn't even about him. It was the movie itself.
It was the movie itself.
Check out Weird Radio every Tuesdays and Fridays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here live on BeExposedRadio.com. Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
Police are not occupying armies. This is America.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And because you married a Kennedy, that qualified you to become.
Apparently, as far as California is concerned, that's all that he needed, because they definitely voted him in. I'm just saying.
So we were so at the end of the last segment, I wanted to bring up the topic. There are a lot of people now discussing on social media the disbelief that they have, and so many people going out and supporting Medea's movie and not supporting Birth of a Nation. Mind you, some of these same people are the same people who were bashing Birth of a Nation because we don't need another slave movie. How disgusting Nate Parker is for not X, Y, and Z and fessing up and so on and so forth. But right, the whole blah 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 blah. My argument, like I just left a post this morning on a lady's purse. I said there's no need to separate or have a choice in which movie you go see, because they're both feeding hundreds of people. They're employing hundreds of people. They are both feeding right now. And neither one of them are sitting in their house pulling their hair out because they are not number one at the box office. Neither one of them. Both of them had woke up this morning in a nice bed, had a nice breakfast. Yep. Their bills were paid. They were not worried about what you wrote on social media. Both Tyler Perry and Nate Parker. So it's entertainment, and you're making it political. But yet you are letting your country be run by potentially the most hateful man that I've ever met, that I've ever seen in politics. The most
publicly hateful man that we've seen in at least 4 decades.
And what I would say is it's a strategy. I believe some of his friends that have said this is not the man that I knew, that I met. It's a strategy. This man is being an actor right now. He is being an actor,
which is just as scary in my opinion. I think, but
and it's the same thing that we are facing right now locally. There was a debate between 2 of the senators for the state senators, and Miss Flowers interrupted that debate. And it was a beautiful interruption, because she just walked up on the stage and all she said was, I am a valid candidate on the ballot. Why am I not invited to this? Because she's a part of the Green Party. Right. And they've purposely left the Green Party out of
every
single debate, every conversation. And I was very upset at I can't remember his name from WJZ, one of the anchors. He asked her to leave. He asked her to leave the stage. And instead of taking that and making it, because he would have been very crucial in saying, well, can somebody get her a podium? Let's hear her point of view. And that would have taken away from the other 2. Even one of the candidates saying, we didn't see it, but apparently there was another podium
that was sitting there.
was near them. She said, could somebody just open up this podium? Instead of, in her mind, she may not have even been defending this woman, but you're taking away from my TV time.
Right.
So let's just
can we just move forward,
They
please?
escorted her off stage. The police escorted her off stage. And that's our government. That's our government. We pay these people to make good decisions for us. I wish I'd have taken a picture of it, but they are painting these lanes. These new bike lanes, this new traffic flow for our community. And it's so crazy. I wanted to take a picture because they're painting these new lanes, and I guess they're like this ugly green color, and I guess kind of like a crosswalk for the bikes now. But right next to that is the very faded, not even there, almost not even there, walking lane. So you're making all these advancements, spending all this money and preparing a bike lane, but your streets are still horrible. Your streets are still horrible. I really pray that Baltimore does not get a horrible winter, because there will be nowhere for cars to park.
Nope.
There will be nowhere for cars to park because you can't park on the street when you need to run a plow through it.
Yep.
The cars, literally, it's such a small lane of traffic. And Maryland Avenue is horrendous.
Yes, it is.
It's horrendous.
I don't even know why they turned it to one lane. Like, what were you even thinking about?
And created two. You can't see what's going on in the alley. Created two.
They are getting it on in the alley right now.
Who is?
Some lady in a wheelchair and a man.
Breaking news.
Oh my goodness!
So it really is detrimental, and it's detrimental to the people who live there. That is horrible. Like, you live on a small street and it's one lane.
Yep.
And it's two cars.
It's already hard to find parking around there in the evening.
Right, for the people that live there. It's as if they're creating this for businesses.
Well, and I mean, because I'm kind of curious with the renovations that are slated to happen at the hotel with the the hotel where I used to work, the former Wyndham. With the renovations that are slated to happen there, I'm actually surprised that right, with all the street now cut in half. But I guess I don't know. Mount Vernon is an interesting place.
One lane in Baltimore City. That wouldn't work in the county. So how would you do that in the city? Like, all to say that you have adopted this green, this efficient
there's been a lot going on in Mount Vernon in the last year. They got rid of the Hippo. They put the CVS there. They're really trying to turn it into...
That's not even 24 hours. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back here on the Arts Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. It closes at like 10.
Listening to the station with their ear to the streets. BeExposedRadio.com. You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
The Style Lounge. For a personalized fashion experience, the Style Lounge is where you should be. From clothing, jewelry, handbags, and accessories, contact us for pop-up shops, vending opportunities, and more. Let us help you enhance your style. Let's discover your inner fashion ego. We are available for on-site and off-site consultations. For your appointment, call 443-248-8879. 15% off with business card.
Check out this flashback. If someone says that more money may create more problems for us who don't have a lot of money, we say, nah, that'll never be me. And when we look at the statement that's made by those who are making over six figures, millionaires, I dare say billionaires, we wonder, how is it that more money can cause more problems. Well, I can kind of understand how that may be the situation if the money that you have is not going towards things that are of a worthy cause. And that looks how you perceive it to be. If you feel like money should make you free, but after making more money, it traps you towards these things that will cause you to have to get more money to feel like you're free, then that's a vicious cycle that someone I can understand will not necessarily feel like they're the benefactor of. So take a look at the money that you already have. And if the money that you have is going to where it needs to go, then money becomes that tool that you need to have an ends to a means when it comes to your necessities in life.
You can catch me Thursdays from 8 to 10 on the Denasha Harrison Show on BigExposedRadio.com.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
The topic for today, movies and whether or not they have real life applications. And as Stello said, I was talking to him last night in the kitchen about this topic, and one of the movies I brought up was In Time.
Oh my God, get out my head.
That was that was one of the movies that I brought up.
I'm trying to think of how to be relevant in this conversation.
Don't see that's why we're friends, because I bring everybody into. So for those of you who haven't seen In Time, you need to, because it's a really thought-provoking movie. Starring Justin Timberlake.
Ooh. That movie was awesome.
Why are you saying boo?
Because it was whack with him. He just
What?
Whether it could have been him or
he just said it was whack.
Who else could have possibly that was relevant enough that could keep you in that story without overselling it?
Now the thing is, it wasn't even about him. It was the movie itself.
It was the movie itself.
Check out Weird Radio every Tuesdays and Fridays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're listening to the station with their ear to the streets. BeExposedRadio.com.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew.
Wait, Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What decisions are you making? So, I want everybody on the sound of my voice to get out and vote.
Yes.
I want you to get out and vote. There's been a lot of early registration, I believe. Up into the 4th, I believe, early registration voting is happening. And, of course, on the 8th, official election day, please get out and vote. Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you know your timing for that day as far as your work schedule, your play schedule. Please get there early. I never go to early voting because there's always a lot of people there. I always go to regular voting because everybody's already done that. I'm smart that way. I remember the first time I voted for Barack, I stood in line for 3 hours. So much so, and it was crazy because I lived off of Hilton, and the school was right across the street from my house. And I got up maybe like 9 o'clock that morning to go, and I could see the line already. And I was like, oh, I'm going to wait. So I get inside, and I don't realize how they have constructed the line on the inside of the school to wind and twist. So I'm like, oh, I don't see nobody outside. Let me go. I was pissed. Like, me and my roommate that time, like, I was like, I'll save your spot in line. You go get me something to eat. I'll go get something to eat. Because we were in line forever. We were actually in line for 4 hours. But the first hour, it was like they didn't have their stuff together.
So you were waiting on them to...
Right. So we literally waited in line for another 3 hours to actually vote once they had their stuff together.
Wow, man.
But they're changing a lot with the regulation and how things are happening because of the whole corruption that they assume is happening in that happened in the last election. But I am happy. So many things are happening here. Don't forget to come out to the open house on November the 19th here at Big Exposed Radio Station, 110 East Lexington Street, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Be on time. We have 9 awesome shows. The ratings for this month are awesome. Charm City is in number 1. The Artist Exchange is in number 2. Gangsta Goddess, okay, Gangsta Goddess, number 3, and It Is What It Is radio show in number 4. Not to mention, we are slated to have about 5 shows start by the end of this year, and it was crazy because Monty called that, and it actually is going to happen.
What's happening?
5 shows.
Oh, wow.
Like, that was his goal, to have 5 shows by the 2017, and it actually is
It's happening. Good for him. Yay, Monty.
Bianca's Playhouse. It will premiere Saturday, November the 12th. She's the only one who has an official start date, but we have other shows. Poets for Dinner. They are doing a radio show. It's called Poets for Brunch. Definitely come on out for that. Mr. J Nice. He's had his show for a couple years now. He'll be coming back. We may be bringing Who Got Bars back.
Oh, yay!
I think we found a host for it.
Finally.
And it's going to be really like American Idol style. Like, bring your work on, send your work in, send your music in, let us hear it, let us do a question and answer, talk back, let the listeners listen, tell us whether they like it, the whole gambit. So I'm working with them to bring that back. So cross your fingers. Shout out to True to You Entertainment. They are definitely up and coming in the area of artist management and bringing in on new independent artists. They were the same individuals that brought us Chink, the young lady, Mr. Kevin. I met with him yesterday, and he's a very phenomenal artist in that he is business. He understands the business of being an artist, and that is something that all of us need help in. So definitely stay tuned for that. Sponsorship opportunities. The Artist Exchange definitely needs your help, but with you helping us, we are definitely there to help you.
Amen.
We have a lot of awesome package choices for you to choose from. That will help you not only promote and market your business, but expand your reach and allow a new, interesting, and eclectic, diverse group of listeners know about who you are and what you are. We are not just in the DMV area. We're not just in Baltimore, but we are international, baby. Shout out to our friend, Mr. Scientific, over in Liberia. I've been talking to him lately. He's actually going to make that pilgrimage over to the States, as he said. So we are glad that we have a lot of our African brothers and sisters that are listening to us.
Yes.
As well as I've just met a lot of industry individuals that live in the UK. An awesome young man in London that found us on a hip hop group, and he has listened in to quite a few shows, and we'll have him on soon. Next week we're gonna have one of the authors that we spoke to from the Authors Expo. She's coming on with a few of her artists for the 4R concert series that is happening on November the 13th, featuring Mr. D1 himself, Mr. Louisiana, the light-skinned Lil Wayne. So we are pleased to have all those individuals. They will be all calling in, and she'll actually be here. So we'll get the interview with a lot of interesting, and they're all in one. Her artist, Black Star, is in Connecticut. She have Ninth Inning. I think he's calling from the Bronx. DJ Crizzy, I believe he's in like Virginia.
Wow.
So it's like a lot of different pockets
Yeah.
being represented. D1, of course, from Louisiana. So definitely stay tuned for that. That will be next Saturday, the 4th. No, is that the 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 4th of November. So I am very excited for all the things that are happening with the Artist Exchange. And I look forward to another year.
Yay!
This is this my second full year here on the station? Yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited, Robbie? You don't look excited. Oh, he swirled his fingers. I mean, he's tickled. That's his tickled look. So I'm very excited. So definitely come on out to see Amma Brown, Big Mama Amma, in Radio Go. The last play that we know of that was written by August Wilson. Somebody will come up with a piece that he wrote in 5 years for his anniversary. So August Wilson wrote an awesome play on for every kind of decade.
Yes, every decade.
And this one is in the 90s, but we can adapt it to the 2000s easily. And Amma is in it along with Joshua Dixon, Mitchell, the crazy Mitchell, Martique, Teakwood, and what is his name?
Daniel Carter.
Awesome lineup
Hey,
of
Carter.
arena player, veterans, and such. A Marshall representing No More Theater. Awesome eclectic blend of interesting actor and actresses in this production, directed by David Mitchell. You have tonight at 8 p.m. and tomorrow at 4 p.m. Don't miss it. It's the last weekend for it, so come on out. Also, like I said, there are a lot of plays going on and a lot of programs going on this weekend and celebration of Free Fall. So get in this last weekend. A lot of it is free or discounted, so definitely hit it up. Also, I heard that the Living Well Center is moving. So today, I want to say at 7, they are doing a party. So bring some wine or a drink, to share. And I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe paint the walls or something. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to be there. Tomorrow I'll be at the Poets for Dinner.
Yes.
That is an interesting day. I've never been to one, actually.
Really?
I've never been. It's so many open mics. Like, how do you choose which one?
Once you find your favorite, you just go to that one because they all have the same people.
Yeah. So I'll be there. Well, they don't have food like that.
No, they don't. That's why I'm going to the one where there's the free
Thank
food.
you.
That's what I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about.
I'll save your plate. I promise. I'll save your plate. So I'll be there tomorrow around 6. That starts at 6 at the City Arts Building on Greenmount Avenue. So come on out. That's an awesome artist live workspace. So come on out to that, see that, share that experience. I'm trying to think what else is coming up. The Hotel RL next week on the 3rd. All that information will be posted today for Mr. Hip Hop K, Mr. LaSalle. We have signed on to do another 6 months at Hotel RL. Woo. So it's been a full year since last November of us doing it. We started last November, but this has been our first full year at Hotel RL. And I didn't realize how much time had passed. I didn't realize it until I spoke to the organizer, Ms. Tammy Myers. We do a Fire Starter series every first Thursday at Hotel RL. It's been very interesting. We've had some interesting guests and met a lot of different people because they do it in the middle of their lobby. And you get to meet a lot of their guests that stay there. A lot of people walk past and see us acting a fool and they come right in. So we've had an awesome turnout of individuals in the last year of us doing it. So I'm very excited. I'm very pleased. And I've decided to sign on for another year.
Nice.
Not another year. I just said
6
another year.
months.
6 months. Myself and Miss Be Inspired. So if you want to be featured in that lineup, we are collecting our schedule now. So yeah. I've also signed on to another project. It's coming out soon. It's not what I would normally do, but you'll see. I'll be announcing that shortly as well. So, thankful to all the individuals that have been shouting me out and supporting this mission. It's been a great restart to what I wanted to do. I didn't think that radio would be something that would take up so much of my life, but it definitely has been a pleasure and of possibilities. A lot of connections have been made, a lot of opportunities have been begotten, and all of that. Shout out to all my friends and family that continuously support and share out the mission of this show. I just looked at the camera and I look really warm right now. So yeah. Also, I am supporting 50 Shades of Blue in their efforts. Miss Lady Blue, Arlene, she is a young lady. She has a radio show on WMSK radio station. Lady Blue, she is doing she had an event last weekend called 50 Shades of Blue. It highlights and spotlights many different causes. More importantly, the focus of it is domestic violence, and this is Domestic Violence Month. And I supported her mission by donating 2 jewelry classes, 2 jewelry parties, jewelry making parties to her cause. So it's listed on our page, the fan page, as well as the Artist Exchange group page and my personal page. If you have a group of friends that you want to get together with one day and make some jewelry and support the cause of helping to shed light to domestic violence, hit it up. All you have to do is go to the event page, start a new thread message, leave your donation. The highest bidder, it goes up to November the 4th. The highest bidder will receive, the highest 2 bidders will receive a party for them and up to 10 of their friends to come together, make some jewelry, learn some, eat some hors d'oeuvres, and commune. All of the proceeds are going to the House of Ruth, so it's definitely going to a very beneficial cause. I don't put my name on anything that does not give the proceeds and stuff like that. When I do stuff like this, I make sure the money goes where it's supposed to go. And Lady Blue is definitely on her game, and she's really about her business of helping to bring light and shed light to issues of domestic violence. And in her interviewing with us last Friday, I learned that domestic violence is not just a husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. Anything that happens within the home, whether it be molestation, rape, parental, elder abuse, is all considered domestic violence. So it's many different things that go under the umbrella of domestic violence that you have to be aware of. She gave us an awesome interview last Friday and highlighting and letting us know a lot of the things that are happening in the world. In most cases, you still cannot the most that you can do is get a restraining order with someone against someone when they are abusing you. But what happens to children? Children don't have that voice. The elders, the senior citizens don't normally have that voice. And definitely people in general don't always have that voice. She brought up a lot of different groups that suffer from this. LGBT communities, there are a lot of people suffering in silence because if it's a man on man, it's really embarrassing. If it's a woman beating on a man, it's more embarrassing. Not one issue is worse than the other, but there are a lot of people suffering in silence and stigmas that are attached to it. Thank you. So definitely help this out. 2 free classes. I'm giving away my gifts. And if you don't win the raffle, feel free to contact me at VB Designs 2016@gmail.com to schedule your event. Girl groups, not girl nights out. If you want a party idea, bridal shower idea, if you got a young scout group, anything, your social organization, you want to do a fundraiser yourself, I'm always available. We're going to take another quick break. I believe this is our last break. This is our last break. We'll be back with Miss Alma. Maybe Alma give us like a monologue or something. I don't know. I don't know. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
It doesn't say alleged anywhere in here.
This is the wrong song to play underneath this topic.
They're saying 4 years ago, according to a $20 million lawsuit, the plaintiff, who was also not named, met Charlie Sheen in Las Vegas on April the 1st, 2011. The sleaze suit claimed that Sheen entered into a nefarious plot designed to lure plaintiffs into a luxurious hotel room to serve his prurient desires. Sensationally, it was alleged that Sheen... Say what?
I said perverted.
No, it's prurient.
Let me see. Can I where's a point to the word? Right. Prurient.
It's hard. It makes me want to gag. My cock. Get it? Sensationally, it was alleged Sheen told the man he had no venereal diseases. At that point, they watched the porn and engaged in mutual oral compilation, mutual self-gratification, rubbing and massaging each other, play wrestling, licking, and unprotected intercourse. So, look, my question to my three people here at my panel, are they trying to say, because that's when they said he got this disease 4 years ago, or virus, HIV, 4 years ago. Are they trying to say that he got it from gay sex? Probably.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's what it seems. Consensus of the room is
not all the female prostitutes that he was doing. It was the guy.
Just they interjected just one guy in there.
You know what that is? That's Sheen having a very good publicist.
Yeah, partly this is the guy.
That's the best story you could go out with.
Yeah, right. This is the story that made the rest of these stories explode, basically.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Wow. Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host with the mostest, Mr. Nate Couser. My co-host, Big Mama Alma. She's just taking a break from her Broadway career. Slum it with us here on the Artist Exchange. So, I mean, do you have anything? You have a monologue or something you want to,
Oh, my.
She has a big go-off scene, I know.
I know, but I don't want to spoil.
I mean, give us a little taste.
Oh,
give us a
wow.
little taste.
Okay. Sorry, give me a second.
So this play...
Now,
go ahead. Sorry.
How am I? You don't want to start your campaign off excluding people? No. Okay. No. Okay. Sorry. Let me start this. This is okay. Hold on. What's wrong with Shady Side? You don't want to start your campaign off excluding people. And how am I supposed to get the TV trucks to come up to the hill? You know they don't come up here until somebody been shot. That's all I'm giving you. That's it.
We was gonna make a promo. So that was Alma. You gotta come and see her.
We'll do a little.
You gotta come see her
Yes.
this Saturday night, 8 p.m. sharp. And tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Arena Players. What's the number? I know it's on Drew Hill and Martin Luther King. Come on around. Tickets.
Who? What? No, 801 McCullough?
McCullough.
Yes,
I said Drew Hill.
801 McCullough.
McCullough Street. 801 McCullough Street at the historic Arena Players. The oldest continuous running black theater on the East Coast. Come on and join us. Will be there tonight. Front row. I may not sit in the front row because that may be too much. I think everybody in that play knows me, and I will be that person to escort out because I'm gonna laugh. This play is very indicative of the gentrification that is happening across this country in many urban communities. It speaks to the politics and sometimes the dirty politics that happens behind the scenes in many communities. This play takes place in the Pittsburgh Hill District, but it could definitely be representational of any urban city in the United States. So definitely come on out. August Wilson has a way of having timeless messages incorporated in all of his pieces. Not really.
I'm sorry. I was this headline threw me off. Please repeat what you said so that I can not think about this.
I've always loved August Wilson. My favorite play is wow, that's not his play. Oh my God, I cannot think of it. Why can't I think of it? Joe Turner's Come and Gone. That was one of my favorite.
That was my first.
Pieces. King Hedley is cool, but it's a little different. Little different. And Fences. Fences is the number one.
So the very first monologue I ever memorized and kept in my repertoire was Rose's monologue from Fences.
Every black actress that if you don't know that monologue, you're not a real actress.
Not a real actress. So it's funny how I came across it. So I am kind of a lazy actor sometimes. All right. So it was middle school. It was my first acting class. We all had to pick a monologue. Well, the other black girl in the class did it. And I was like, oh, I like that. I'll do that one too. So then I did it. And then Miss Corey.
Every audition across the country for black actresses. You will have at least 3 people
so
do roles.
my teacher, after I did it for the class, because I just took her and I just memorized the monologue, and then I did the monologue. So my teacher came, she goes, have you read that? And I was like, no. She goes, I'm going to bring you the play tomorrow. I want you to read the play, and then at the end of the week, you're going to do the monologue again. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. Right? But I read the play, and it changed my life.
Were you
like
mad
I
that
had
she
not
just did not have a voice until that pivotal moment?
Not mad, because Rose is all the women in my family. My all of them. My grandmother, my great grandmother, my mother. Rose is the choices that she made in order to keep her family. Those are the choices that I have watched every woman in my family make.
There's a TV movie of it with Denzel Washington and Viola Davis. When I say Viola Davis is giving you snot, tears, she's giving you
everything in it. I feel like if I do the whole play, I could probably get there. Doing it just as a monologue, it's really hard to get there. But if I'm able to, right. But if I'm able to do, I mean, I could probably, if I spend a couple days really working on it and then go and perform the monologue, I could get there. But it's hard for me to drop into that much emotion. I can drop into a good deal of emotion.
You have to be in it or in a frustrating part of your life. When you did it at the Actors Playground, you came close to it.
Yeah.
Because I could tell like there was some stress on you that wasn't the norm. But you need to, I mean, even as a she represents a part of the women that I know, because I know a lot of women who will not sacrifice what they want for family, and that's the other side of that.
Yes, it is.
Picture.
Yes, it is.
But it and that wasn't a bad family. It was just
different.
It was different because he had to focus on keeping the family together and paying the bills, because that was a time in life where if you had the slightest thing you would have done, they had a home, they had, the monologue
that was
between the father and the son, on whether he loved him or liked him.
And that was really proud, because my mother grew up. My mother was born in 1955, so the year that takes place is during the year that my mother's life began, or right before it. So my understanding the kind of relationship that my grandparents had with their children as they were raising them, and then looking at Troy and Rose and the choices that they made in raising Corey, that hard outer shell black man, that something like that wasn't my grandfather. My grandfather was strict and didn't do a whole lot. He wasn't a whole lot of playing, but he would joke with them and play with them. They weren't afraid of him. They feared him, but they weren't afraid of him. You know what I mean?
So I think I know what not next Saturday, but the following Saturday is going to be. We're going to pick 5 plays.
Yes.
And do our own commentary on them. So we'll put those plays up, and you tell us what you feel, what you think. And not next Saturday, we have an awesome interview planned already. But the following Saturday, we're going to do some talkbacks.
Okay.
Maybe 6 plays. So you pick 3, I pick 3.
All right.
And we
discuss.
Discuss.
I like.
So this has been Artist Exchange Radio with Nate Couser and Big Mama Ama, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Real artist, real talk, real live. Every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on BigExposedRadio.com. This has been another awesome edition. Stay tuned in 5 o'clock, Charm City Direct Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com.